Hello, everybody. This is Tiny here. It's What's Up With Trove, episode 9. Wow, it's hard to believe we're on 9 already. Um, so yeah, hello. This is a very special and awesome episode. I think you guys are gonna love this week. Um, really excited, and I'll get into why a little bit later. But this week, it there. In Trove this week, I joined a treasure hunt hosted by the club The Crib. So real quick, I want to give a shout out to them. They had a treasure hunt adventure, and they were giving away prizes. I think they said there was almost 70,000 flux in prizes going out, and that was on Sunday, and it was a blast. I didn't win anything, but it was still a lot of fun. They put a lot of work into their club world, and it was really, really unique, and I liked it. It was a blast. So thanks for having me. Outside of Trove, I started learning Swift. In case anyone doesn't know, Swift is the programming language that a lot of iOS iPhone apps are programmed in, Swift and Objective-C. And it's built in a program called Xcode. So as another side hobby, I started learning how to code in Swift. So that's been taking up a lot of extra time outside of Trove. It won't have anything to do with anything to interfere with the podcast or Trove or anything like that. I pushed some other stuff aside, so that way I would make up more room for that. So yeah, that's really been my week. And I also was talking to some guys about something that is why the episode is very special this week. And it just occurred to me I didn't write it in the show notes, so I'm gonna have to wing that when we get to it later. But yeah, big stuff coming pretty soon later on in this episode this week. So yeah, lots of stuff to talk about. In this week's patch, they were calling it the boots patch, I believe. In the game itself, they changed how the join world command works, and it works for club world names now. Previously, if you wanted to join someone's club world, you either had to join them while they were in the club world, or you had to type in /join world and then a big long stream of numbers and letters, and it was obnoxious. But this week they changed it to where now you can just join the club world specifically. So if I wanted to join the crib, as far as I know, it should just be /join world crib, or /join world the crib, and it should take me to the crib world. So really good change there, and so now more people can go and enjoy other people's creations easier. Also, Digsley, the lovable mining pet that everyone loves. He's adorable. If you're not aware what he is, he's basically the little Quibsley pet. He's like a little voxel block, and he wears a little miner's hat and a little pickaxe. He has been buffed, and they increased his lasermancy skill. I'm not quite sure by how much, but it was a pretty substantial amount. I forgot to note how much lasermancy it gives, how much he gives now. But it is definitely a bigger buff, and it increases your mining speed by a lot. He drops from the miner's troves while you're mining, and you have a chance to get the miner's trove, which has a chance to have the Digsley inside. So he's adorable, and he has been increased. And this is not only just a good thing because his stats were increased, it is showing that more of the alpha pets are being buffed. It's not like a super fast process, but they seem to be updating all of the old pets, which is wonderful because I would love to run around with all of the other pets that were given out in alpha for participating. Excuse me. So Digsley was buffed. The Shadow Market has more items in it now. In case you're not sure what the Shadow Market is, inside of Shadow Arenas, there's a little dude, and he sells various things for whatever I can't think of the name of the currency off the top of my head, but it's currency that drops from the Shadow Arenas, and based on what difficulty you go in on, you get more of that currency. Now they added 4 new allies, a new fishing pole, 2 sails, a mag rider, and this is the really cool one, the Dark Hood. Now that is a hat, and it is kind of Grim Reaper-esque. It's dark and really cool looking, and it's been in the game files for a long time. And if you follow Avram on Twitter, which everyone should, he's awesome, he has been teasing a little bit with a lot of his posts on Twitter wearing that mask, and everyone had thought it was unobtainable, but now you can get it from the Shadow Arena. Also, you guys know boots, right? How everyone you get them from fishing, they stack up in your inventory, you gotta throw them away, and they're just obnoxious little buggers. Well, players and people have been saying no more boots, and Trove did not listen. Instead, they gave us boot allies, so more boots, hence the patch name of boots. So these boots, there's one boot that can be caught from fishing, and that's, I do believe, you have a chance while you're fishing to get this boot pet on top of the old boots on top of fish. So you can get that boot from there. Now there are 4 other boots that you can get. You can get the Steely Sabaton, and that it increases, I didn't write those down. So you can get sorry, I'm doing this on the fly here. Allies, boots. Okay, so you can get the Steely Sabaton, which gives 8% physical damage and 8 jump. And it takes an old boot, 5 golden skulls, and 150 fairy dust. You can get the Sorcious Shoe, which increases magic damage and jump, both by 8. You can get the Cardio Companion, which increases your health and your health regeneration speed and your jump. And then the bigger one, it actually gives 50 mastery points, is the Foreman Footwear, and that gives 8 jump and 25 mastery. So, whoops, let me close out of that. There we go. So those boots are definitely really nice. And you can get the Foreman Footwear pet from the new beginner pack, which I'll get into in a minute here with the store news. But these pets are adorable. They're actually boots and shoes, and they run around and follow you, but they have eyes. And the Foreman Footwear actually has a Digsley that sits inside of the boot. It's the most adorable pet ever, and great job. They look great, and shout out to the Trove development team for making these boots. I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke on all of their boot issues with the players, but yeah, this is a very bootful episode. So now onto the store news. The Chaos Chests were re-randomized. You can now get seasonal mounts. Players on Reddit have been reporting both old and new seasonal mounts are dropping from the Chaos Chests. The unicycle. Now, I know what that sounds like. It sounds like a unicycle, but it's a really clever play on words, and it's actually a unicorn cycle. And there's actually, if you're watching the video, there's a small picture of it, but I'll try and edit in a quick picture. And also in the show notes, there's a link to someone on Reddit. I think it's PlayBLC, who posted a link on Reddit with an image of the unicycle. So that's in the That's also in the chaos chest as well. And also some love can be found in the chaos chest. And that is, I believe, a Valentine's Day mount or something like that. I haven't seen anybody post a picture of it in game, but in the game, like the mount tab, there's a little picture of like a seat with a heart. So it's like a little booster seat, kind of the booster seat mount, but it's got a red heart as the back of the seat. Also, the two new wings, they were in the chaos chest last week actually. The Bloodseeker wings and the Xero Line wings are now officially in the store to buy. Now these are really special. I mean, they're really cool looking mounts, or they're really cool looking wings, and I highly suggest that if anyone can afford to get them, definitely get them. Now, with the cost, and I know not everyone has money, so basically they added in a way to get these these wings. I'm sorry, I keep calling them mounts, but they're wings. They can be bought with credits, 2,500 credits, or 20,000 qubits. So a nice little qubit sink there for everyone who's been sitting on qubits, stacks and stacks of qubits. You can now buy these two specific wings with qubits. That is prices each, not combined. So it's 2,500 credit, or 2,500 credits each, or 20,000 qubits each. Totally worth the price, and definitely awesome wings to look out for. Beautiful VFX and animations. Now, I did mention a few minutes ago that there was a new starter pack. The new starter pack is $5, and it focuses on getting new players, excuse my boot pun here, but kicked into the game, kind of almost kickstarted. So, and it's a really good deal. I picked it up almost immediately as soon as I got in game. And I'll go over why it's a good deal in half a. I don't know. Well, we're gonna do it now, actually. So the new $5 starting pack, and this is different from the power pack that was in the store previously, and it's actually still there. In the store tab itself, if you scroll down, it will show the starter pack. So your $5 for the new starter pack includes 750 credits, 5 chaos chests, the dark hood cosmetic hat, which is also obtainable from the Shadow Arena market, as well as a new boot ally. Now that boot ally is actually the Foreman Footwear boot ally. So you get all that for $5. The 750 credits alone is $5. So if you plan on buying 750 credits anytime soon, I highly recommend that you just buy the starter pack instead, because you get a whole lot more for your money. That's really all the important news for this week. Tons and tons of community content. I mean, too much to list has been added. And tons of bug fixes and tons of polish, especially for your new boots, have been added to the game, and just it's a great content patch, and great for bug fixes and etc. and everything. A really nice miscellaneous change that I thought I'd throw in here at the end is miners troves and costume mystery boxes can now be opened just by double clicking on the inventory. You no longer have to equip them in your action slots and then throw them on the ground one at a time. They just open up just like any other chest in the game, the adventure boxes to be specific. So that's a really nice quality of life change there. Now this week also, and if you follow the forums, you can probably tell that I was going to touch on this a little bit. This week, Avram posted a topic called my thoughts on, or no, I'm sorry, he called it what did he call it here? Let me see if I can open it up. Nope, can't open it up on my iPad. But okay, so I can't think of what the post was called, but it's on there. It talks about PvP. So I'm just going to touch on PvP a little bit. It's a touchy subject, and a lot of players are concerned that it's going to affect gameplay. And everyone thinks that Trove PvP is going to be an overpowered level 20 with level 30 or level 40 gear on, is going to go to level 1 areas and kill all the new starting players. Sure, that is a form of PvP, and I'm sure that they could simply add in an option to turn on PvP, maybe have a PvP leveling system with an achievement, and other stuff like that, but I highly doubt that they would do something like that. I think how PvP, and a lot of people seem to be forgetting, is PvP can also be arenas and battlegrounds and various controlled situational areas. Now, what I was specifically thinking, and how I have a feeling that PvP is going to be added, is maybe like a Hunger Games style arena where 10 Trovians go in and 1 walks out and you get a cosmetic prize. Or even a cool idea would be single class 10-man free-for-all arena. So 10 pirates walk in, 1 pirate walks out, or 10 shadow hunters walk in and 1 walks out. And then there's always the 2v2 arenas or 5v5 arenas and all that other good stuff. In no way do I think Trove could be an esport. So, I mean, I wouldn't think that it's going to be big. I think if and when Trove decides to add in PvP, it's just going to be a side feature, something more to do. And really, what's there to complain about if it's just something extra to do in-game? Maybe like they can have a PvP cosmetic themed tab where when you PvP, you can get a cool costume for defeating 10 Trovians in battle. Stuff like that. And another cool thought that would be is maybe this opens up the ability for I just lost the reference. For fight clubs. Yeah, fight clubs. Rule number 1 of Fight Club, don't mention Fight Club. They're gonna come get me now, aren't they? If I disappear, that's where I went. They came and got me. But anyway, it's gonna be a fun feature, and they never said that they were gonna actually implement it to the game. Avram did mention in the post that they are testing it internally, and so they probably have some sort of arena quickly made up. And one other thing I thought of is maybe they could put a boxing ring in the hub, and so if you want to, you can jump into the hub and just for chagrins fight friends in the hub in the boxing arena. So that's really pretty much it for this week in Trove. Do I want to do the community spotlight first, or do I want to do it last? Let's do the community spotlight after this. So I've kind of been hinting a little bit about something awesome coming this episode, and actually I mentioned that I'd be doing something awesome, and this is where I gotta swing it on the fly here. I'm so sorry. This is, for those of you listening to the audio version, you can't see this, and this part may or may not be edited out of here, but in the video I can't really edit it. But just, I know you can't see what I'm doing right now. Trove forums, notifications, inbox. Okay, so oh wait. Okay, so sorry about that. I do apologize. I thought I had prepped all this early, but I guess I didn't. So I was chatting on the forums with SlightMishap, and he provided me a code for the new Xero Line wings. I do believe they were created by Milambit, on the forums. But anyway, he ended up giving me a code for these Xero Line wings to give away. So I would like to give them away, but I can't just give it away to just kind of throw it out there. So what I was thinking is, because this patch is boot themed, come on over to the YouTube link, and of course there will be a link in the show notes and everywhere else on how to get here, but I want to keep it consolidated in one area, so that way it's a lot easier to determine who is actually going to receive the code. And forgive me if this is all out of order. This is my first giveaway ever, so I don't know how this is going to work, but I think I have it just by seeing what everyone else has done. So anyway, I want everyone to come together on the YouTube link and for this video, and I want you to go into the comments and just post a funny or fun boot themed pun or joke. I've actually been doing it throughout the whole episode, so if you're listening, there's plenty of examples in this episode. So just come on over to the YouTube link. You don't have to subscribe to the channel if you don't want to. That's not my priority. My priority is just to provide content, and if you like it, awesome, subscribe. You're more than welcome to, and if you subscribe, you'll get internet points, which they're not really for anything except my gratitude. So thank you for that if you do end up subscribing, but it's not required for the contest. I would really like to see only one entry per person. Keep it fair, please, so everyone has an equal shot. I have no way to detect if you're using 2 or 3 accounts, so I'm using the honesty code here. Please, just one per person. You can put as many puns as you want into the comments. We can all have a laugh, and I'll probably shout some out next week on next week's episode. You can put as many in there, but just one. Each person who makes a post about a boot about a boot pun or joke will be entered into the contest. And let's say next Tuesday, that's Tuesday the 12th, sometime during that day, sometime before the podcast, or maybe even before the servers come up or something around there, I'll do a random number generator and give away the code and announce them next week on the next episode. So that's that. Yeah, post a boot theme pun, and maybe you'll get an X-Wing. I keep calling them X-Wing codes. They're Xero Line wings. There is only one code, and then I'm in the works for another contest in the future. So stay around or stick around, and thank you guys for listening. The more people that listen, the more giveaways I can attempt to do. But yeah, so thank you all for listening as well. So on to the community spotlight this week. It's not a mod this week in particular. It's actually focusing more on professions. I was browsing the profession the forums, and there was a person on the forums that goes by the name Underrated, and they are both a YouTuber and a forums follower. And they posted a guide for ring crafting and gardening. Now I'm not sure if in the future there will be more or not, but these 2 guides, they were just straight, simple, to the point, fastest and most efficient way to level your gardening and your ring crafting to cap. And those provide a substantial amount of mastery, so it's really helpful to have a quick way to level those up. And they're also on YouTube, so check them out there. I'll put a link in the show notes. Underrated54 is their YouTube name. So that's it. Check that out, and I think that's really it. Yeah. So, and this is a very awesome week for Trove. Lots of pets and everything. So if you want want to hear more from me, check me out on Twitter. At Alan91330 is my Twitter tag name. I love Twitter. I guess you could say I'm a Twitter addict almost. My in-game name, if you want to hang out in-game or send me a message, is Tiny, and that's also my forum name. So if you want to get a hold of me outside of Trove or something, find me on the forums or Twitter. Those are probably the two best ways to get a hold of me. You also can, if you have ideas or comments for the show or want to submit some content and some ideas, please send me an email, whatsupwithtrove@gmail.com. And you can find the show notes for this week with all the links and information and a quick outline of what I talked about this week on whatsupwithtrove.blogspot.com. And of course, if you have a long commute or you don't really prefer to watch the video on YouTube, I have the audio version, the MP3 version on SoundCloud. So you can check that out there. And you can also download it, take it with you if you want to. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and the intro music at the beginning of the video was provided by Ben Sound. Really great website to get music from for free, royalty-free music. So check that out. And once again, thank you all for listening. And a big thanks to SlightMishap and Milambit for the code for the Xero Wings. And good luck.
Boots and pants and boots and pants. Boots and pants and boots and pants. Boots and pants and boots and pants.